Oh, yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back again with another Casper and crypto live stream. I apologize for yesterday not going live for the first time since we started actually our journey 6 months ago. Those who in my community know what was wrong. Had some family emergency that had unfortunately, unavoidably had arisen or rose, and yeah, that's also partly why, even though I said I'd be going live at 8:30 today, why I'm now going live 15 minutes after the allotted time. So I apologise right now. Real life's got a little bit hectic, and equally the market's got very hectic as well. So things are tough, I think, for all of us right now. But that being said, we are back today, and we're back again tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream, when I should be going live, will likely be a lot earlier than today's stream. I'm probably going to be aiming for starting 4 hours earlier because there's stuff I've got to do, again, family related in the evening. But let's stop the sob story, shall we? Family's important. We also look after our families. That's why we're doing this in the first place. But of course, we've got to understand what we're looking for and where we're going in this market. So thank you all once more for joining today's stream, and also for those who reached out to me for the kind words. I appreciate you all. Hopefully you're all doing very well during these times in the market and in the current world as it speaks as well. So as we can see right now, we have got a very predicament on our hands, if you will, with Casper. The market is looking very, very red now. Bitcoin is currently valued at $96,000 and seemingly coming through a bit of a pullback still. Casper did increase in value by about 10% earlier today, as we can see, but has now started to correct again, now currently up 2% on the daily time frame, valued at 8.4 cents. Definitely one of the lowest we have been, since November of 2023. So it's a definite low point for Casper. And we're going to get into the whole nitty gritty. I'm sure a lot of people right now are concerned about Casper, its current price action, where we think it's going to go from here, everything else. Even the Casper developers have touched on this matter as well. And we're going to talk about it, of course, but ultimately right now, I believe that we are still in quite a strong position. I'm still hoping that we see some big developments coming through very, very soon. And I believe to watch the KEF have just announced in regards to this post here, and also a lot more. They just announced another big post right here half an hour ago. We might see some very big things, and hopefully some price reversals and a relief rally for Casper coming very, very soon. And of course, the market right now, macro factors as well, also looking a little bit worse for wear. But ultimately right now, the long and short of this stream is just me telling you, and I'm proving to you as well through the sources, that we all right now, retail, we are getting squeezed out by exchanges, by the whales, by the institutions. They are trying to push you and force you out of your bags heavily. But at the same time, they're still buying. And I think Casper will prove itself to be a titan in the space, in this cycle, and of course cycles to follow. So welcome back everyone to the stream. What's up, Devious Me? Hope you're doing very, very well, man. Mr. Miles, welcome back, man. Hope you're doing very, very well. Reporting for duty indeed. Josh, sorry to hear. Hope all is well. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's better now than it was yesterday, but it's still trying to go through, trying to sort everything out right now. But yeah, it is. Yeah, hopefully we'll hear better results in due time. QC book is run. It's time to sell. Everyone panic. You know it, man. It's a shame. I went 185 days, I think. Actually, let me check real quick. It was 190 days straight of streaming, I believe. 190 days straight of streaming. There's even times where I had taken a portable setup when I was away with family, and I still streamed every single day. But unfortunately, I was out for the whole day of this family emergency, and I just couldn't get around it. But we're back. We're back, and hopefully better than ever. You know it. What's up, Andy? Able 81 more Casper. Big up to my man. Keep filling that bag. I love to hear it. The live chat's on. Don't worry, my man. Thank you very much for the reminder once again, though. Hope all is well. Is doing better now. Thank you very much, my man. I appreciate it. Yeah, and he buys 81, but he buys consistently small bags every single day. He's DCA's into it, which I think again is I mean, it's not a bad strategy. I think DCAing little bits time and time again is decent. Also, it would help, by him doing little bit and bit, basically daily, he's also lowering his average right now, especially. So it's not a bad strategy at all. I wish I was putting $5 in Bitcoin every day for 10 years ago. Oh, trust me, I wish as well. That'd be ridiculous. What's up, Buffalo 3? Hope you do very well, man. And again, thank you very much for the kind words as well. So, as we are now done with the pleasantries, let's get into today's stream of content, your daily Kaspa FOMO, if you will. This post here from BRT states the big 2022 Kaspa accounts are now capitulating at 9 cents. Meanwhile, the top wallets are accumulating millions upon millions of Kaspa every day. So why would top wallets be dumping this much money into Kaspa if the market structure is broken and we're going to zero? So you're seeing right now a lot of the long-term holders who are holding from way back then, they're now in the red because Kaspa's come down to 8.5 cents. And some of them are selling, but a lot of them are either just buying more or just holding still. So the question is being asked, if the market structure is broken and we're going to zero, then why would the top wallets be buying more instead of dumping? And Luke replies here, everyone has to take their own journey. And I agree with that much. That's why when I state, if you sell Kaspa right now, it's completely up to you. All I can say to you is do your own research, understand what you're holding, no matter what project it is, not just Kaspa, any project in general. And at the same time, I also agree. I wish nothing but the best to everybody who has done what they need to do. If you want to sell Kaspa, if you need to sell Kaspa because you're down and you can't be in this red market right now, which is understandable, then by all means, take what money you have and run. That is, again, I have no qualms with people selling Kaspa or anything. Again, you've got to do what's best for you. But all I can state at the same time, again, is do your own research and understand what you're holding. Right now, majority of markets are red, and it's not just Kaspa. Kaspa capitulating the most due to, again, lack of support levels and exchange manipulation, but it's not just Kaspa. We'll get into that again in a moment. Kaspa is greater than the sum of its individual parts. We are a community all banding together. While some may waver and sell, the strength of the network isn't defined by a single participant's decision. It's built on the conviction of those who see the bigger picture. And I think most of us in this chat right now, in this community, in the Discord servers as well especially, even though we do have a lot of doom and gloom in this community right now, I think for the most part, despite the doom and gloom, all of us do still have strong conviction in Kaspa, and equally crypto as a whole as well. We see the vision of what's going to come through very, very soon. While we understand Kaspa's doing badly, we do still see it doing very, very well. The only problem right now is due to the whole doom and gloom, everybody now thinks that Kaspa's going to be going back to 4 or 5 cents, and apparently it's a guaranteed for some reason. Now, the reason why is fairly obvious, because if we look at the market structure for Kaspa, there are very, very little levels of support in this region we're in right now. Below 9 cents, which is where we're at right now, this blue line here, or this 9.5 cents even. So you've got 9 cents around here. Now we're in the 8.5 cents region, which again, we can see, if you're looking closer, back in November, it definitely is a level of support, while not defined enough because it only had one wick there that could be deemed as a level of support. After that, these here you can't really ascertain or determine where the levels of support are, so therefore the belief is going to go back down to 5 cents, which is around here. This would be the next level of support that we would be looking at. So everyone now believes that 5 cents is a guarantee. So this area right here. So this box that is right here is the level that people are now stating we are definitely going to hit. And with truth be told, nothing's guaranteed. We know that much. Nothing's guaranteed. It may very well come back down this far. There's definitely a possibility of that. But at the same time, with what potential catalysts are on the horizon, also with the KEF making some major changes just now, that could prevent further corrections. While Kaspa is a thin proof of work open source, they do not care about the price. They don't focus on price action. It's a job of the KEF and the KRI as their market makers and the people who are trying to get Kaspa's name out there to bring adoption to Kaspa to get its price to stay up. It's their job effectively to do that. So we could definitely see some more downside for Kaspa in the immediate short term. But I do, and we'll get into obviously more about that in a moment, but I do still believe that I'm still optimistic on Kaspa. Truth be told, I'm still very optimistic about Kaspa and where it is going to go. So let's talk a bit about history right here. What happened, right? So we know Trump launched his meme coin. That caused a massive market pullback due to Trump's meme coin stealing liquidity from major alts. all over the place, which of course Trump's Bitcoin then dumped itself, of course. Then we had market makers who decided to black swan and shut you down. Market makers all over the place and big exchanges starting to cause a crypto flash crash, trying to flush everybody out of their cryptos. It's happening right now. And it's not news to us. This has happened in previous cycles as well. They do this to flush you out because they are preparing for a massive pump in the market. And many people probably got scared. In fact, they have got scared. That's why Kaspa's come down so far as well. You sold like they wanted you to do when these market makers and exchanges, they decided to buy. Nothing though has changed. Nothing about Kaspa has changed at all. Everything's still coming in due time. Then there are those like some of us here who've continued to hold Kaspa and maybe even bought some more in the dips. And I think we are going to hopefully be the ones that are very, very well rewarded. Some of us, okay, like this man here, Mikey, has been buying and holding since, that's 0.2 cents. So absolutely, dirt cheap Kaspa. And I wish I got in that low. And some people got in a little bit higher. But fundamentally speaking, nothing's changed for Kaspa, and I do believe those who are still holding will hopefully be well rewarded very, very soon based on what's happening. Wolfie, Kaspa's head of listing, if you will, the business development and listing, Wolfie, made a post saying, "Today, in a sea of red, it occurred to me, the old saying, when Wall Street misses the boat, they bring the boat back." What's he talking about? Well, crypto is one of, if not the fastest growing innovation, if you will, faster. It's growing faster than the internet. And Wall Street institutions were there at the beginning of the internet. They missed crypto completely. Crypto's been here for a very long time. Bitcoin was founded back in, I believe it's 2008. Point being is we've had crypto for probably even longer than that. Again, my actual knowledge of that, I should know that. Again, not completely all there after what happened yesterday. But we've had crypto for a very, very long time. And Bitcoin and Wall Street was not here for the beginning. But they're now getting in. But the problem is, they didn't catch on at the beginning. They caught on early enough, but not at the very beginning. So they're bringing the boat back around, but they might also have been causing the market to capitulate more so they can continue boarding more people on. Again, scooping up more of the cheap Kaspa. Now that David Sachs, Trump's crypto czar, has announced a golden age of crypto in America and big money finally has certainty that the risk of crypto assets being attacked and regulated out of existence is gone, what if retail degens already bought the market too high before Wall Street could really load up like they want to? So potentially we could see crypto correct further as a result of the as a result of the Wall Street exchanges, institutions bringing the chart down further. Retail who bought in at 100k Bitcoin and now losing. They'll start panic selling. And then when Wall Street are ready, they pump the price higher and higher and squeeze everybody out of their bags. Kaspa right now is at a discount. And I still believe that Kaspa is going to do very, very well in the immediate short term. As Kef Kaspa puts it here, I think it's clear to me that large entities are taking this opportunity to position themselves accordingly. I've always said that these kinds of players do not want all-time highs Kaspa. Of course they don't. What they want is to have a lot of volume and momentum with Kaspa as an event catalyst, but they also want to buy it when it's cheap. Of course you do. You want to make as much money as possible. Fundamentally, nothing has changed about Kaspa, and the lower it goes, the riskier it becomes to call it quits. Another weird, again, this can be a dangerous mindset to have, but another mindset to have is if you hold a crypto like Kaspa at 20 cents, it's come down to 5 cents, God forbid, you're now down 75%. If you haven't sold, you've not actually lost anything just yet. Not financial advice, do your own research. But for me, I'm down on Kaspa. I've not sold yet, so I'm not actually down. I haven't lost money yet. I'm still holding. I'm not married to Kaspa. I'm married to what it's building. I have done very extensive research into the crypto space. Those who are part of the executive community here know in more detail about what I'm referring to. I published some institutional documents earlier today, stuff we're going to be covering in tomorrow's exclusive roundtable in this executive community on the direction of crypto and certain elements in this space like AI as well. I have done a lot of research into institutional sentiment into this space, which is why I choose to be very bullish on Kaspa, because I see what Kaspa's building as really innovative and something that exchanges and something that institutions are going to probably want to seek out in high demand. So right now, nothing's changed for Kaspa, but I think we're going to see. And again, if you're worried about Kaspa, again, right now, if you look at Kaspa from its all-time high, we are currently down 60%, which is definitely a problem. I won't disagree with that. But then let's look at other projects, shall we? Cardano, for example. Look at Cardano here. We can see Cardano from its all-time high is down about 77%. From its recent high, it's equally down about 50%. Let's look at Litecoin. A proof of work from its recent all-time high. It's down about 30% from its all-time high of last cycle. Equally down about 72%. So while Kaspa's down 60% right now, and I do understand the call for concern, and I do sympathise with those who are very worried about Kaspa right now, if you've done your research into Kaspa, which I hope everyone has done, you will know what you're holding, and you understand that these pullbacks, at least from my perspective, is just nothing more than this exchanges trying to shake you out of your bags to fill up more on what they believe to do very, very well in the future. Kaspa's not even come back as far as other projects has right now. Right now, we are seeing a crypto liquidation event. All coins are being flushed out. Kaspa's heavier because it's smaller, but it's being flushed out. And here's the proof from it here, from Mikey once again. This was by design. They want you out. They don't want you getting that early retirement. They don't want you to clear those debts. They don't want to make it easy for you. You can see here, Tau got flushed. Ethereum got flushed. Solana got flushed. Kaspa got flushed the hardest, but equally got flushed. All of them on the weekly got flushed. Even Sui, the VC pumped pet of Raoul Pal, has taken a chart suicide. Every project has come down heavily. And it is, I don't discredit again the market sentiment right now. Everyone's struggling. But the information that I've been providing in my almost daily streams, and equally those who are in my community, and equally those who are in the executives here, they understand that while the cycle's down, we're going to see a lot more, upside in the very near future, because that's what the institutions seemingly want. There's no way institutions are going to start bringing the market in to just crash the market. And to prove once more the level of manipulation here, we've got a buy wall on KuCoin for Kaspa that is 5 times higher than the sell wall. And Kraken's 3 times higher. Why is the buy wall so much higher with Kaspa than it is on any other project? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana is all around 1-to-1, but Kaspa is so much higher. It's being manipulated. I'm going to ask some questions in a moment, but I've been seeing this chat going absolutely parabolic, so I'm going to probably have to gloss over some of them. But right now we are seeing a mass liquidation event. It's a struggle. And I understand people are very, well, I guess another way to put it, people are emotional about it. But of course, as I state, don't be emotional, be logical. Right now, the market is coming through a pullback, but I like to believe we're in a market that's like 2017. This post here from J3 Charts is just quite a lot of in-depth TA in regards to Kaspa right now, has highlighted there's potential for more downside. Talking about, again, all information here I'll be retweeting on my Twitter page, so you go by all means go follow me there and you see it for yourself. But also I'll be retweeting and posting it in my community here, which should be in the chat description, also my homepage, the free Discord community. Go check it out all there. But from J3 Charts here, it talks about the HTF candle, and ultimately just saying right now we are in a bit of a dire situation right now. We are seeing, if we do not make a nice recovery in the next 2 weeks, we could be seeing more downside for Kaspa, which I do think is a possibility. I did state more downside for Kaspa at this point is definitely possible. But at the same time, should we see some significant developments coming through very, very soon, we can hopefully see a reversal of Kaspa again, which again may be coming through. I mean, even some politically talks about it here again, this in a moment as well, and then we'll get into the actual main part of the news here. The KF makes some very, very significant developments right now that could hopefully help our Kaspa very, very shortly. And I'm going to try and get some questions, but I've seen it going crazy, so I'll try and answer what I can do. What's up, Greg, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Glad you're back. Hope it's all well with you and my family emergency. It's getting there. Hopefully, we'll see it come back soon. If we don't pump to all-time high balance listing, I'm out. It's simple. That's fair enough, my man. Well, I mean, it's all you got to do. If we might pump to all-time high balance listing. It's possible, but again, we can't say for sure. Exchanges are manipulating the price of cryptos. We've seen it already. So they may choose to list, and they may pump. They may not pump to all-time high. They may not pump enough. Right now, for me, exchanges are not the need that Kaspa needs. I don't think exchanges are that important for Kaspa. I'll be so for real. I don't think they're important. I think what's important is institutional adoption, which comes through from what Kaspa's building and the KRI. Fact of the matter is, we've got a big announcement here, which I'm going to count in more detail in a moment. We've got an auditing partnership with Kaspa, KF right now. That is a very big deal, getting Kaspa more, to give Kaspa more credibility, which could also bring more adoption to it as well. Why are simply not listing Kaspa when everything is already ready? Again, it's manipulation. It's when they deem the time is right. Right now, they don't deem the time is right. They'll list Kaspa when they're ready to do so. Everything does seem to be ready. But in a red market like it is right now, it's not kind of probably in their best interest. They want to do it when the market's in a better situation. So they may hopefully do it this February. I think February could be a good month for crypto still. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Right now, sources are saying otherwise. But it could be possible. Some say it's going to be on the 10th, which would be in 3 days' time. Some say it's going to be on the 14th when the distribution comes to an end. Some say it's going to be sometime in February. Again, we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping it will be February, but it depends on the volume for Kaspa. Right now, the volume for Kaspa is at 100 mil, which is not bad, but it needs to be higher. And needs to be in the bigger exchanges as well, like Bybit. What's up, good to go, Sue? What about 100? Very, very well. They might be waiting for that, so it might be on the 10th, but again, it may not be. Are miners still profitable at these low prices? Don't think so. Why are people saying that Binance is going to crash the price lower? Because typically in this market, we've been seeing it. I'll see if I can find it if I retweeted it. But the last few projects that Binance have actually posted or listed even have caused them. I mean, it's not just Binance, also Coinbase. They caused immediate reversals. If I can find it, if I retweeted it, I'll show it. But I'm not sure if I did retweet it. But the last few projects here it is. Look, Binance listings. The last few projects that Binance have listed have caused immediate reversals. So people say that Binance could be the sign at the top for Kaspa. I disagree, because these are rubbish meme VC insider projects, but Kaspa's not. But again, we can agree to disagree. Kaspa isn't even at its full potential, and everyone's freaking out over the price. Pretty much, and I understand why, and I sympathise with that. But at the same time, we are in a situation where Kaspa's nowhere near. Kaspa's got a lot of fundamentals, but it's not got use case yet. We haven't got 10 BPS, haven't got smart contracts, haven't got stable coins. All these sort of big developments coming through, we haven't got them yet. They're coming through this cycle. And actually, speaking of this, before I continue more answering questions, Son Polinsky here addressed it to this point. A very, very big deal for me. So he talks about, this debate, big blockchain debate, talking about this stuff. So ultimately, Son Polinsky and the developers of Kaspa, they've now introduced a proposal to allow miners to mine underutilized blocks in order to allow themselves to later mine larger than typical blocks. So they're allowing them to kind of, they're developing some code now to allow the miners to kind of reserve a block to mine later. From the sounds of things, which sounds, that's quite a big deal, truth be told. And this feature can exist within a DAG-Knight power consensus engine, which again, there's a chance DAG-Knight's coming out later this year, 2025 as well, which would be very, very bullish. And it's going to be, the developers, some Michael Sutton, Coder stuff, and some Pliskin, all of them, but they'll be soon to complete the Crescendo update, at which point we'll significantly speed up DAG-Knight development. Huge news. Very big news. Then you've got smart contracts as well. As a side note, Son Polinsky saying this here, Kaspa's founder, or one of them. I'm fully aware that many community members are feeling the drag of the bearish and plateaued crypto market. I cannot promise it. I cannot promise if, or rather when, the crypto market will regain momentum, as he has to say. I can only share that core Kaspa is really kicking it. We are e-meeting daily, writing code, actually building the stack, applied researching, and during coffee breaks, even brainstorming degen adoption strategies. Which could be, again, a very big deal, because degen being meme coins, that's also a big way to get retail involved as well. So Kaspa are literally thinking about everything they can possibly do to make Kaspa more widely adopted. That's their whole focus right now. They don't focus on price, they focus on utility, development. This is why I still believe in Kaspa. They don't care about price. Of course, they don't want everyone to, they don't act like they care about price at least. But they're building a lot right now. And we're going to see a lot more coming through. And, they say one ironic thing as well is that a lot of builders, they actually prefer to see a market that's red. Because they haven't got, they got a bit of time to, kind of just sit back and just grind out now and then be later rewarded, as opposed to trying to do it in a bull market where you're kind of almost in a rush for time, if you will. But we have not started this crypto cycle in full force yet. We've seen, and you see this in multiple cycles as well. Go back to look at other cycles, for example. Let's look at Bitcoin back in 2017, when my trading view wants to load, because my trading view always lags. We can see it, for example, 2021 cycle, we saw it rally up in January, then come back down February. So we saw 2 weeks where it came back down from 41k down to 29k, a 10k pullback. And then we saw it rally up to its first top. And we saw a pullback and it was down for like 6 months before it made an all-time high in November. Let's go back to 2017. And zoom in more so here. 2018-17 cycle. We can see here again. We saw it make a top in around November here. Pull back. Go up. This is the wrong part I'm looking at. Trying to find it here. There you go. So we took, look, this is early cycle. So let's compare to where we're at right now then. We're currently in February. So we're looking around here. Bitcoin here got to 1k in January 17th. Then it made a pullback. A 30% pullback in Bitcoin. Then we saw it go to here in March time. We're at an all-time high of 1.3k. And another 30% pullback again. Right now on Bitcoin from its all-time high, we are sitting at what, a 10-15% pullback? Obviously, there's a lot more capital at play right now, so of course it's harder to make. It's a lot more money coming in and out. But looking at all-time highs right now, we are currently at a 13% pullback. So historically speaking, we could definitely see it come back further down to 79, 80k again, if not further. I'm not saying it's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. We ought to go through the macro factors in the cycle in this stream as well. But seeing corrections in a bull cycle is not uncommon. But it's typical to get people to be scared to get shaken out of their bags. And Kaspa, of course, is a new project. It's got a lot to prove. And it's got a lot to develop coming through. And of course, we all here want Kaspa to do very, very well. And I think part of the problem as well, which was highlighted from, I think either Christian Ludwig or Luke, one of those two, highlighted that they believe Kaspa pumped too high too early. And I agree. And the reason why it's a problem as well, is because they've got a lot of people who listen to the Moon Boys believing Kaspa will definitely make $10, $20 a cycle. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but the chance of that is so slim. You're talking about Kaspa reaching from a 2 billion market cap right now, Kaspa reaching 100 billion, 250 billion market cap for it to be worth $10. So you want to see Kaspa 100x from here, minimum. Not saying it's not possible, but extremely unlikely. I still think a $2 Kaspa is possible, which would put it at around a 25x right now. That's still a lot, but I still think that's a possibility. The price coming back right now, once more, as I've highlighted time and time again, we saw it back here where Kaspa was $5. In the span of 2 weeks, we saw Kaspa jump a 3x in value, 200%. So again, we've seen how quickly the price of Kaspa can jump, and we're getting more adoption coming through now of institutions as well, and Kaspa are going to make more developments. Pullbacks are common, they're frustrating. But for me, in the projects that I didn't have as much conviction on, but I was worried about more pullbacks, I put those assets into the stable coins. So for example, one of them was C. See, I was holding. I got into it at 40 cents. And also now it's down 50% since then. I took out at 30 cents where it went down about 25%. I started to put all my C into Sables. And I'm going to put it all back in probably very, very soon because at a low point. But I think C is a decent layer 1 that has a chance to do well this cycle. It's not a long-term conviction pick for me, but I think it could do quite well this cycle. Kaspa's the only project, well actually Kaspa and some other AI ones, is the only project that I've not taken out any. In fact, I've built up more on the DCA more so at the bottoms because while the price is coming down more and more, I still believe it's going to do extremely well. And I don't actually, no one can fully ascertain or determine when the price is going to reverse for Kaspa. Kaspa has, the difference with these projects here is they could do well sometime in the future, I believe. The Seas, the Suis, the Vulcan Forge, you name it. Kaspa has, to my understanding, so many more immediate catalysts that it's really hard to determine when they're going to come through. Nobody knows when Binance is going to come through, or Coinbase or OKX. No one knows when you're going to see what sort of reaction you'll see from, 10 BPS or smart contracts or stablecoin releases for Kaspa. We've seen the KF frequently now making more announcements that could be significant market moves for Kaspa. We'll have to wait and see. We've got DWF Labs, for example, and IGRA Labs. And we've got now an auditing thing we're going to get into in a moment. So, but Kaspa, again, is one that I choose to hold. I'll take profits, of course, in the cycle, but I'm going to hold and DCA more so into. When it cuts correcting, I'll DCA into it again because I do see Kaspa as a long-term holding, like you would do with Bitcoin. No panic. I bought a dolphin yesterday at 0.08, and if it goes down more, I'll buy more dolphin. Love to hear because it goes to my man. Love that conviction. Currently mining at a loss. Yeah, so I do believe that right now mining is not profitable, although in saying that the hash rate is still staying relatively high right now, still around 1.4 EH, which is a positive sign for the time being. Of course, if Kaspa continues to correct, you might see it start to come down as miners are making even less money. But again, I can't say that from confirmation for myself because I don't mine Kaspa. It's up to the miners what they want to do. But so far, miners still seem to have a lot of faith in Kaspa, hence why they're still staying at quite a strong level and have been doing so for the past month or so, despite all the price corrections. Kaspa in 5 to 10 years is going to be worth $20. Yeah, I'd like to believe it will be as well. Okay, so the real PGs, understandably, you're just struggling in understandably is very, very bearish on Kaspa right now, which I get. Again, Kaspa's down 50%, 60%. I understand why you would be bearish on it right now. I would be surprised if Kaspa comes back down to $1 cent. Very, very surprised. I even do think, while again a possibility Kaspa comes down to 5 cents, I still think that's I still would be very surprised if it comes down to 5 cents. I'm not saying it can't happen. Definitely could. But, if you get Binance coming through this month, if you get OKX following soon after, you get 10 BPS coming out next month, all these things could cause Kaspa to stop its capitulation and start to rally up more so. But again, it depends what exchanges are going to do. But anyway, before I get some more questions, I might have to. I'm sure I've missed a hell of a load of questions already. I'm trying to scroll through them as quick as I can do, while also, thankfully I see Mr. Miles and people are trying to mediate a bit, which is great to hear. Thank you very much, everyone. And again, I don't mind, people chatting all the time in the chat. I prefer having an active chat, actually. I just, as long as everyone's staying respectful, that's all that matters. But anyways, and let's get into the actual, parts here. So we talk about the message from hashtag here. Tom Polinsky talking about big developments coming through very, very soon. That they're working on a lot right now. Core Kaspa is really kicking in. That's great for Kaspa. KRI made a post about the Kaspa is so much more than Bitcoin could ever be. The best part is yet to come, and I truly believe in that much. I really, really do. And then we got this massive post here from the KEF. 2 massive posts. One just came out recently as well. Update, funding adjustment. Very, very big news. In spirit of transparency, we want to share that as of March 2025, so that is next month, so we've still got some time. But as of March, the KF will halt its funding for You Goes Dag, which is a book which is being developed by Shai in collaboration with Cas Media, which we have seen recently Shai make posts on Twitter about, the halting of fundage and, asking the community if they wanted to help fund the project as well, which of course was met with can't think of the right word. Both positive and negative sentiment, because some people don't like Shy, some people think it's fine. I'm not personally like I don't have a problem with Shy. But either way, Shy is, he's having to take a back seat on this thing for now. We'll talk about it a little more probably later on in the stream, if not tomorrow. But anyways, this book, that was being made was initiated to educate diverse audiences on Kaspa's revolutionary technology. So this book that Shy is making was meant to try and be an educationary tool to help people learn more about Kaspa. However, Kaspa has identified more pressing priorities, and Kaspa reinforces its higher funding on high impact initiatives. So we've decided that this project should take a back seat. So it's not saying it's not going to happen, but for the time being, they've got other focuses now. Instead of educating people on Kaspa, like Shy is trying to do, they're trying to focus on other things that are more pressing. Far from a setback, this shift reflects our growing commitment to Kaspa's future. 2025 is a pivotal year for Kaspa's evolution, and I completely agree. That's why I'm not selling Kaspa. And we're doubling down on initiatives that directly accelerate its technology, adoption, and utility. They're doubling down on initiatives that directly accelerate, speed up its technology, adoption, and utility. This includes developer grants to Fresh Air 08 and additional researchers to be announced soon, project grants like the Block DAG Visualizer, and our continuous work in facilitating listings and partnerships. So instead of now funding Shy, which we understand now I believe is about 5k a month, they're using those fundage to help get Kaspa's adoption and technology and utility out there by incorporating more developers and researchers to Kaspa, and to also use this money to project grants like the Block DAG Visualizer, but also to work on getting more listings and partnerships. Now, people think this therefore means that it's going to... Someone made a post about it in my stream, and Cody replied to it, and I agree. Someone made a post about when someone put this in, said, now KF and Kaspa are paying for listings, that's killing organic growth. And Kaspa, at this point, which I agree with Cody in the part, is already almost 90% mined. I don't think paying for listings, when it's already pretty much fully, it's already majority of it to be mined, the supply is going to come through very, very soon. So, yeah, paying for listings is not what we expected from Kaspa, but again, this could be a crucial fact. And again, it's still fair launch proof of work. So while the community education is valuable and we need it, the icing on the cake, built on core development, shares the vision and remains steadfast for Kaspa. So yeah, shout out to Shy. Obviously the backseat's coming through, and Shy has responded to this in I appreciate what you guys have done for me. Thank you very much. And now the KF are going to focus on, bolstering Kaspa's adoption up there to the next level, which in this current sentiment of the market right now, I think is a very big deal. And again, while there is a belief now that, Kaspa's now losing its, fair launch nature, because it used to be, completely fair launch, but now they're paying for listings, could have been mined almost 90% now. And it's cost, whether or not exchanges spend money to buy from the miners or from the KF, it doesn't really matter. Kaspa's already been mined out for the majority of the whole thing now. And this is also a testament to what KF are doing right now. Kaspa made a post about this a while back saying ledger integration funded by them, new devs funded, new market makers, conference funded. Basically, right now KF are doing so much work behind the scenes to get Kaspa to the next level. And Johnny is the main reason for that as well. Wolfie announced that Johnny is the executive vice president of the KEF, and he's part of the reason why Kaspa got DWF Labs partnership, which was a month ago now. And Johnny also announced that they are currently in conversation with another American exchanges and prospective on-chain trading, as well as other big-name market makers for Kaspa. Johnny also announced about 2 weeks ago, should the KF introduce a third-party auditing to prepare for more emerging projects on Kaspa and upcoming VMs. Well, as of today, we have an audit partnership now with ExoBits Lab, a very well-renowned auditing company. And a few subsidiary brands, MoveBit for Move-based chains, ScaleBit for Bitcoin Layer 2s and sidechains, and TonBit for Ton. They are committed to Web3 security and embraces the newest emerging technologies. It has also partnered with BNB Chain, Aptos, Toncoin, and Linear Build. Exobit Labs is of technical strength. They flagged the purported vulnerability that could potentially comprise all stored assets in decentralized exchanges. So Uniswap Web3 wallets most recently in January 2025. So they know what they're doing. And it's also experienced with proof of work and BRC20. They audited Unisats. Again, this is the whole accolade of what they've done right now. And they're also a passionate contributor to the community. So this is a big deal for Kaspa. Security pioneer Bits Lab joins forces with the KF to strengthen Kaspa's ecosystem security infrastructure. And why this is a big deal? In particularly, because again, we are also discussing many exciting ideas, including Rustbit, Kasbit, and CTF, which is captured the flag competitions for talented builders, which is very, very cool on Kaspa to attract more developers and builders. But also, if you have an auditing company, that gives Kaspa more credibility. This gives Kaspa more, so that means that the developers, builders, and also institutions will see this, and also this is a very well-renowned auditing partnership, very well-renowned company. This is a very big deal to give Kaspa more credibility and therefore likely more adoption as well. So the moment that the funding for Shy stops, and they announce they're going to do a lot of this, this shift is going to do a lot to help the ecosystem. They, in days of that, now have an audit partnership, which Johnny already leaked is going to probably happen two weeks ago. And they also announced a month ago as well about more market maker potentially coming for Kaspa very, very soon, as well as conversation with American exchanges. So Kaspa, while again prices down and could see some more downside soon, this shift from the KF and Kaspa media could be what they needed to do to put an end to the exchange manipulation happening with Kaspa right now, where all these big market makers are just dumping Kaspa and dumping it on you guys and buying the dips. What's also important to note as well, before we come back and talk about it more so, is Wallet 5 again. The speculated Binance wallet has added more Kaspa. We scroll down here, we can see, interestingly, 6 Kaspa done today. But you can see, if you look at it, we saw another 7.3 million Kaspa added yesterday, which unfortunately we couldn't cover yesterday. So this wallet now holds 506 million Kaspa, just 11 million coins off from flipping Uphold's wallet. And we know the mining pool incentive ends in 9 days. So to our understanding, we stated it's going to be 10th of February, but I think there was a misconception, right? Which is stated down here. We said it's going to be the 10th of February, but it says 14 working days. And of course, weekends don't count as working days. So likely, therefore, it's going to be February 14th or 15th that the distribution period comes to a conclusive end, not the 10th. So the 10th of February is potentially, again, this may be, again, misunderstood. We don't know if it's going to be the 10th, or we don't know if it's going to be, over the mistype from Binance, it's going to be the 15th or 14th. I've got the important dates in my free community, so you go check it out there. And it gives you kind of all the most important pressing timelines that are currently, jotted down there. But we're seeing right now, this wallet number 5, we don't know who it is, but it's been stacking up more and more Kaspa continuously. And even now, starting yesterday, we saw 14 Kaspa tested, and now we're seeing 1.68 all happening throughout the day. In 2-hour time periods, every 2 hour, look, 10, 12, 2, and 4. We're seeing 2 hours time that they're testing one Kaspa. We know Binance are already testing Kaspa on testnet at 10, on testnet 11, on 10 BPS. We know that already. And for me, it's likely going to be Binance. Again, we don't know this, but there's strong speculation behind it, and I choose to believe that it's a possibility. So this is a very big deal. Again, since wallet accumulate more Kaspa. And we're seeing more of these posts here from like OKX Wallet saying what decentralization looks like in the mild west. Again, we speculate the green could be a representation of Kaspa. And Kaspa highlights what's happening perfectly here. That's why I don't sell Kaspa. I can hardly wait for layer 2 on Kaspa, smart contracts, ZK, and everything else under the hood. Also wondering what Igor Labs are working on these days. Also working on something called behind the scenes. Some Polinsky was right. Builders are having a blast in red days. I'm a small one, so not fitting into his description, but there's so much calm around. Again, when the markets are down, while frustrating for us investors, the people who are building this stuff, they have less pressure on them now. Because the markets are red, and I haven't got to fit a certain timeline to get stuff out in time. They have more time, and therefore means less mistakes as well. Try and work on a timeline. You tend to normally make more mistakes. They haven't got a deadline now. Well, they never really had a deadline, but now they can, haven't got to focus on, trying to appease the masses so much in a general sense because they haven't got any market stress. But yeah, right now, Kaspa is more than Bitcoin could ever be, and the best parts yet to come. And we're seeing a representation of the best parts that are now coming through the KF, switching their narrative now to use the money they're supporting Shy with to start bolstering Kaspa and its, accelerating its technology, adoption, and utility. And we're seeing that already now with a partnership with an audit partnership with with Bits Lab. Very big news. Very, very big news for Kaspa. So what does this mean in the short term? Well, we could still see downside for Kaspa, as I stated. It's great news, and once more lays the foundation perfectly for Kaspa, but it's not, FOMO candling. It's not God candling. Because unfortunately right now, as we've already seen through the chat, retail sentiment is we need Binance, we need coins, we need OKX. We don't really need them. We don't, but that's what community sentiment is. And you've got to understand what the masses want. I personally believe Kaspa ETFs, smart contracts, 10 BPS, KRI launching their projects for institutional clients on Kaspa. I think that's more important than Binance and Coinbase and OKX, personally. Stablecoins, again, I think that's all more important than Binance, stuff like that. But unfortunately, because Kaspa price is so down and people want an immediate price pump, because stablecoins and 10 BPS and smart contracts, they're, again, good for Kaspa, but they're going to be gradual price pumps. They won't cause Kaspa to jump head and shoulders immediately, or at least not likely, but they'll lay the foundation for more developers to build on top of Kaspa, and allow the price to start rallying, gradually and build more adoption in the future. But the immediate catalyst will be exchange listings, which again are the people who are manipulating Kaspa price right now. So we'll probably see these exchanges. I mean, I do still believe we'll get tier 1 this cycle. I still think we can see one this month. I don't care personally that much about it. Obviously, I'd love to see Binance on Kaspa, but I don't actually care that much. I prefer to see more developments in ETFs because it gives me more conviction on what I'm holding. And I'm there like, okay, please dump the price of Kaspa further. I'm praying that people do. I really am. I actually am. I'm praying people dump the price of Kaspa. I'm going to buy those dips because I still believe in what they're building, and I'm being showcased proof of what they're building right here. They're shifting their narrative to try and support the revolutionary, to reflect the growing commitment to Kaspa future. They're trying to shift the narrative. So now you've got DWS Labs, you've got Incurred Labs, and you've got Bits Labs, all working with the KEF now. Therefore, partnership with the KEF, and therefore they're building and working on Kaspa. Again, you can't be partnership with Kaspa directly because Kaspa is fair proof of work, open source. So DWS Labs are partnership with KEF and Bits Lab, and Incurred Labs are building on top of Kaspa. This is going to be very good for Kaspa to help, bring it more credibility and therefore more adoption and more building on it as well. And this, again, could be very, very cool. I'll probably make a video about this over this weekend about, what's coming to Kaspa as a result of this now. Now, in regards to sentiment right now, market sentiment, macro sentiment here, US records largest trade deficit in history, and market thinks Trump is bluffing on tariffs. He's not bluffing on tariffs. We can see that much already. And, this is a record trade deficit, which means we're seeing more lost jobs, rising debt, foreign dependence, and the risk of weaker dollar in the long run. So we can see more downside with these tariffs. And the European Union is offering lower tariffs on US cars right now. Trump has also issued reciprocal tariffs to match those imposed by other countries. So again, tariffs right now, the trade war is the main reason why the markets are correcting right now, at least on the surface the main reason. I think there are more reasons. Again, the reason I had disclosed to members who are part of the executive community here, understanding more detail the market sentiment right now. The trade war is definitely a key factor, but there's a lot more going on right now that's causing the price to correct. Mainly inflation and debt that's caused a lot of this correction right now as well. But we can see more downside. And I'm, obviously not happy necessarily about it, but I'm not worried about it at the same time because I'm not being emotional, I'm being logical. I understand the market coming back more so, but I understand from institutional sentiment, like this stuff here, here that will see more upside very, very shortly. And again, the institutional documents I've shared to the executives in my community, the WAP Patreon part here, they are seeing more than everybody else what massive things are coming to the space in the next months, if not next weeks, in this cycle. The shift, that to give you a stat from a paper that I did look at, over 50% of institutions who will be researching into crypto and AI, they're implementing the technology this year. That's significant. Over 50%. And 80% in the next 3 years. Again, if you want to know in more detail what that's about, come check this out. We'll have an executive roundtable live happening tomorrow in about 12 hours time. So you can join. It's currently a 7-day free trial. So you come join for free. If you like what you see, by all means, you can come sign up. It's only $49.99, and we do plan to increase the price in the future, but we grandfathered in this price right now. We offer a lot in there, not just from institutional insight and exclusive alpha research documents, and the weekly live streams as well. We do have other elements like swing trading, buy and sell alerts. We have taken a pause on some of these degen trading right now due to market sentiment, but we've had some very big trades so far. This one made us offer almost an 8x, and I'm still holding this one as well. We've got this one here, Trust in Web 3, that made us a 6.5x. This one here, our biggest game, made us a 25x, Exo Cortex. So we have some very profitable games. We've got a good ROI, and we've got a lot more in the providing there as well. Hidden gems and whatnot. A lot of these AI agents, I think, are going to be very, very big. If you want to know more about them, again, go check that out. Because this is sort of stuff, right now when the market's down, we aren't just waiting around being passive necessarily. While the trades are taking a halt for the time being, but it'll come back, I'm sure, in the next week or two. What we're actually focusing right now is researching more so to understand where's the next avenue to look towards, which right now, again, we've got some good insight on that. A lot of strong insight for institutions, and institutions, again, don't be much logical, but also follow the money. The money right now is what these documents are talking us about. These AI research papers and these, 2025 trends of the space right now. Again, stuff you want to know more about, come check it out. We're launching tomorrow. Link in the description, chat, also on my YouTube homepage right here as well. But there's a lot more to come to this space. That's why when this market's correcting right now, I don't get scared by it. Why would I? There's more to come. And this is why, again, I'm bullish on the space, very bullish. I think we're going to see a massive, massive upside very soon. BlackRock governments and corporations are buying more than ever right now, despite people are dumping. People are putting their life savings into chill guy, telling you it's over, and they're dumping more and more. They are scared. They are emotional. But governments and corporations and BlackRock are buying more because they are logical and they understand this market and where it's going to go. All this money is going to go into Bitcoin, and then it's going to flow into utility coins and altcoins. It's going to flow back into coins like, the XRP and stuff like that, because they're utility coins, and it's just wonder, but also flow into Kas Kaspa. Is a utility coin. It's a cryptocurrency. It's a coin, but it's got utility behind it, and it's going to prove itself in this cycle, and even more so for the next cycles as well. Right now, crypto fear increase at 35, the lowest it's been since September 2024. And after that, when we reach this low, we saw it then start to make a push back up again. We may see it come back down, but right now, when the fear is high, you buy the fear. As Nathan Rothschild stated, when there's blood in the water or blood in the streets, that's the time to buy. The blood is bleeding. It is disastrous right now. Selling right now is, again, not financial advice, but I'm not selling right now. The most I'm doing is transitioning my holdings to stable coins to preserve some of it, but I'm not selling. I'm holding majority of stuff that I'm still holding right now. And even here, there are multiple bearish divergences. Okay, shout out to, I think it's Neum. Trying to give credit where credit's due. I think it's Neum, someone in my community who's been joining recently. He's been very, very active, and I've massively shouted to him for this. We've got multiple bearish divergence on Bitcoin dominance right now. Alts gaining momentum. Is a liquidity shift coming soon? Again, it may be. Right now, market uncertainty is at all-time high. That's not good. But right now, we're in a position where we're seeing a lot of bullish sentiment still. The US is discussing a bill to regulate stablecoins, imposing a 2-year ban on those backed solely by self-issued digital assets. So the Treasury is tasking with assessing their risks to establish a regulatory framework for market stability and security. So stablecoins are coming out. The MD House Bill of 1309 was introduced today by Del Kaylin Young. So there are 17 states to introduce Bitcoin reserve legislation. Acceleration happening right now. And even Franklin Templeton has seeks SEC approval for a crypto index ETF. So we're seeing the acceleration of these developments happening more so right now. And Kaspa, again, it's early. And it's got a lot to prove. But I do think it has a strong chance to do that in this cycle. And I showcase to you, again, what's the reason for the correction right now. The sentiment that we're going to go to 4 to 5 cents, again, possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. But again, there's still a good chance, in my belief, you can see a balance listing this month for Kaspa. And we're seeing now, especially now that you've got some Polinsky making a new proposal for miners to basically give them a way to, I guess, reserve blocks to mine in the future. Therefore, give them a chance to make the money later on, which is quite big. That could be quite big for the miners, I like to believe. Again, I'm not a miner, so I can't term for that, but I'm sure the miner might be quite happy with this. And I link this again in my community to go find out for yourself. And equally, you got, again, KEF making updates to make Kaspa grow in adoption and utility and technology as well. So Kaspa making this shift right now, which is so important because, again, 2025 is a pivotal year for Kaspa evolution. It's its first cycle. And first cycle crypto projects tend to always do very, very well. Yes, Kaspa's struggled so far since the bull run properly started, but it's done very well since the initial founding. I know people hate people referring to this, but it has done very well from its initial launch. In the last 3 to 4 years it's been around. It's been 3.5 years or so. It launched in the peak of the bull cycle last time and it continued to rally. It's come down heavily, but first cycle crypto tends to do very, very well, and it's still a top 50 crypto. It's not a small crypto. It will catch the market. It will get the listings. Not that I think it's that important, but they get the listings, and the KF are going to make sure now that they get the listings. And you're going to see more developments, more partnerships, all this sort of stuff come to Kaspa. You'll see smart contracts come on board. You'll see the KRI, therefore, launch their projects on Kaspa, thanks to smart contracts. Stablecoin's going to come on Kaspa as well. And crypto's still going to go higher. Right now, the exchanges are trying to send the price lower to scare you. That's all I see. So if you need to understand more about Kaspa and the belief, by all means, come join the free community where we talk about crypto and Kaspa a lot. Of course, right now, fear is an all-time high, in particular from one member. But I'm still very, very bullish on Kaspa. That's not changed. My convictions, my price targets have not changed. I've seen how quickly a project can jump, Kaspa in particular already. Again, Solana went from 10 bill to 80 billion in 3 to 4 months. Kaspa could do something very similar, and it's releasing a lot of big things in this cycle. And the cycle right now is looking like it's going to top in Q3, Q4. Hopefully, again, there's no black swan, so again, there's a lot more to come towards as well. I'm still very bullish, and I see a lot more coming, and that's again why I got the executive community here, where we're trying to actively learn more about the space. Trying to also maximize from these market conditions right now, which means whether it means through trying to conduct some trades, which again we're coming back very, very soon, or equally trying to build up a research even more so in more detail from institutional documents, so getting the real insights on what they believe can happen in the market, amongst everything else we're providing there. So again, if you want to know more, also we've got our experienced trader in there as well, who's giving us some market sentiment as well to understand where the market may potentially go. And he's been very, very accurate so far, very, very good. If you want to know more, by means, come check that out. Again, 7-day free trial period. You come join for free. And it's obviously when come sign up. Otherwise, then you can cancel. You can join for free. If you don't like what you see, cancel. That's perfectly fine. I ain't got a problem with you cancelling. Again, this is just me trying to provide more to the community. You come join for free, and yeah, it's a lot more providing there. But right now, Kaspa again is currently up 2%. One of the few projects that are actually up today. It might stay there, might come back down again. It's tough to really determine because it is in a very awkward position. Some say 5 cents, some say it'll come back up quickly. It depends what the KF do right now. And I'm trying to quickly answer questions very, very soon, quickly as well. To this day, I've yet to hear anyone trading and making more money than people who are simply held for several years. Typically, the people who make, I guess, a quite decent amount of money, people who tend to probably do a little bit of trading on the side, but tend to have a long-term conviction hold as well. Like they might, let's say you're holding Bitcoin, just holding Bitcoin, you might be doing some trades on the memes or the leverage trading on like Ethereum and the XRPs or whatever, but you're putting that money back into your long-term holdings of Bitcoin. That's what I do with the winnings that I make through trusting Web3, through XO Cortex, through MRG, and there's been many more wins we've had. Obviously some losses as well, but predominantly the P&L has been very, very positive, very high P&L, which means profit net loss. So very good. The profits I'm making this, I put into my conviction picks, whether it be the AI agents, the hidden gems we put in here as well, or equally, whether it be my Casper as well. I've been putting more into it because I still believe in it. Good evening, War Britannia. Later the stream, I wanted to ask if you're concerned at all with Shy not having funds to continue participating in Casper. No, not really. As we already covered here, his participation in Casper, while it's important and I do appreciate it, it mainly just came down to him educating people about Casper. And education is very important, of course, but I think right now, and I agree the shift is probably necessary, trying to focus on excelling technology, adoption and utility is probably more important than educating right now, because right now, we already educate everyone. We already got a lot of education about Casper, and it's also there's so much more to learn about Casper. Even now, we're learning more every single day about Casper. But at this point right now, with how big 25 is going to be, getting Casper's name established, and then going back to researching and educating people more, I think is better than just educating and falling behind on, milestones, so to speak. So I'm not worried for the time being, no. It's not just crypto down, everything's down. Stocks, everything right now. The whole market's capitulating of these trade war and other macro elements as well. And I've heard the same thing. People will say the same thing all the time. Again, people who are overly bearish, and sometimes they get lucky and they hit. And when they hit, they'll say, "I told you so." But at the same time, they're the same people who, if it doesn't hit, they'll be very, very quiet about it. I'm sure people who say Kef are going to lose 10 cents. I've said it. People who said Kef are going to lose 10 cents, they're sitting in their places right now. Said, "I told you it's going to happen." But he said it's going to happen back here. It didn't happen. He said it's going to happen back here. It didn't happen. You say it 100 times over, it'll eventually happen. Same thing, if I say Kef is going to surpass all-time highs every single day, it will happen one day, and I can say I'm right. But I'm not going to say that because I try to remain humble. My point being is the market will determine what the market's going to do. Right now it's being manipulated, but for what developments are coming to Casper, in due time Casper will make all-time highs. And I still think this month could be a good month for Casper. We're only a week into it. We've still got another 3 weeks left of this month. And we see how quickly Casper can jump in a short span of time. In 1 week, it jumped up 50%. So it could be a comeback. If we get a balance, it could be a very big thing. So we'll have to wait and see, though. Made some money from the Chaos 20, still waiting for Casper to give me some gains. Yeah, that's also a problem right now. Chaos 20 is not seen. We've been seeing no new money in Chaos 20 recently as well. So they've been bleeding quite massively as well. Nacho's come to 12.8 mil market cap right now. When Casper gets a big listing, that'll be a significant moment for Chaos 20 as well. I've seen Kango's developer and Casper and team members and other, Chaos 20 meme, Chaos 20 token members as well and developers stating about, they've got talks now with tier 1 listings, like Kraken, for example. They're preparing for it. So that is good. And that will bring more money into Casper, into these tokens, I'm sure. But we need to see more money come to Casper first. If Casper gets Binance and more adoption, that money will then trickle in. The new money will trickle back into Chaos 20. So these can't do well without Casper. Casper could do well without these, but these need Casper to do well. So that's what they're waiting for right now. But I still believe in these. Right now, I've still not got into any of them. I say it all the time, but I haven't. And arguably, I'm quite fortunate about that because, of course, I haven't. But I do plan to get to them very, very soon. And I keep saying that, but I definitely do because these. Especially Nacho. Nacho's one I think I can do quite well in the cycle. I did say it should hopefully reach 1 bill market cap. I still think it could reach 1 bill market cap. And that'd be a big game from here. But again, I have to wait and see. But again, memes are very, very risky. So again, even though these are behind Casper, and of course we believe in Casper, these are still just inherently as risky as any other meme. So do your own research and be very, very careful. First bull market without an alt season, that would be crazy, but I doubt it. And I'm just trying to go through the... I hit my 150k goal, Casper. I love to hear that Buffalo, my man. 150k Casper is a very, very nice bag. Keep it up, my man. Love to hear it. I hope everything gets better with your family soon. Thanks for the input despite the difficult times. You're welcome, Chaos. And I appreciate it again for the very, very kind words to everyone. Unfortunately, life sucks. Things happen. And while the worst is seemingly over for the time being, it's just trying to take care of it right now, as much as I can do. And I'm just, okay, so yeah, I definitely should have put, I was just trying to go through all of the actual questions. Besides Kaspa, all your so-called crypto YouTubers already sold their coins in November, December. We're in a bear market. We're not in a bear market. We're in a fake out. This is a bear market. This is a bear market here. That's a bear market. We're at 95k Bitcoin. This is not a bear market. 95k Bitcoin. If 95k Bitcoin is a bear market, then just wait for the bull market. Oh my gosh, if this is a bear market, that's insane for a bull market. We're not in a bear market. We're in a a fake out or bear trap. That's what we're in. We're not in a bear market. We're in a bear trap. Exchanges are trying to shake you out of your bag because they want to buy cheap. A lot of people sold Kaspa. Yeah, they did. And, they're entitled to do what they want to do. And, again, so if they had done so far, they're probably in the right for that matter. But again, I still hold Kaspa. I still talk about Kaspa. On this channel right now, in the community, while the community we have, the free community is predominantly talking about Kaspa, there's also the community was also created to be a crypto community as well. And the WAP community is one that, is talking about everything. Of course, we do correlate a lot of stuff to Kaspa because it's the biggest conviction, the community about Kaspa mainly, but it's a community that we all just trying to build more understanding and knowledge of crypto. And there's a blend between the two communities. Of course, there's more exclusive information that goes to these members here, as opposed to the free members here. But my point being is, Kaspa right now is down, and people who sold, they sold early, fine. I haven't sold. I don't plan to sell. Right now, I continue to hold more and more, and I can continue to put up my bags more and more, and I will continue to do so. And on this channel, we talk about Kaspa a lot. I will start to bring in a bit more of the CF community to this channel in the future as well. I'll start talking about other projects as well, because there are other projects that we do touch on here and there. Some memes. I talk about AI in particular to the executives as well. So I'll be talking about that sort of stuff on this channel, I'm sure, in the future as well. But fundamentally speaking, my biggest bag and my conviction is still in Kaspa, and that won't change. At least not for the time being. There's no reason for it to change. I know what I hold. So I'm just trying to go through the questions again. I'm trying to go through a lot of the FUD as well. So you're saying you're not being insulting, telling everyone to be sheep. Okay. Yeah, cool. To turn on slow mode, looks like a creative live stream. Click edit. I mean, either way, it's been done now, so yeah, I should have turned on slow mode right now. It might be helpful probably more helpful for the community, I'm sure. I should have turned that on earlier. I apologize, my man. I'll make sure to set that up for next time. I assume there are multiple exchanges will lift other BBS. I mean, that's also a possibility as well. I have to wait and see. If we got 6 cents, I'll buy for more. I definitely will buy more as well. Ignoring ignorance and art. Yeah, I agree. That's ultimately what I do with people who FUD Kaspa. Because people who FUD Kaspa are FUDing because they're upset about the price. But I mean, that's ultimately. I mean, again, it's when people FUD Solana or Ethereum or Bitcoin, it'll be correlated to the price, but also due to some form of utility or technology thing. Like Ethereum got expensive gas fees. Bitcoin's not scalable. XRP is so centralized that it's terrible. There's nothing technology-wise that people FUD about Kaspa. Nothing. The only FUD to Kaspa is bad price action right now, and people don't like Shy. That's it. Everything else is debunked. There's no problem with Kaspa. So, again, if there was an actual logical reason to hate Kaspa besides just price, I might listen, but it isn't one. I'm going to hit 10k subs today. Oh, that's massive. War Britannia. Keep it up, my man. Love to hear it. I've been holding 2 years, 0 regrets, 0. Same. I mean, not 2 years, but I've been holding, actually almost 2 years now, actually. Go holding around 5 cents. So it's been almost 2 years for me as well. But again, no regrets for me either. Kaspa isn't the only coin down. This isn't the first cycle. Everything has joined down and things still pumped after. We will see. I agree, Dusty. Again, Kaspa's not the only one that's down. It's Kaspa the hardest. But it's not the only one that's down right now. But I don't think it's going to be out at all. Yeah, alts traditionally drop before bull run. Again, that's also a common correlation. If you don't regret holding this instead of Bitcoin at this point, then you are crazy. But we are. Fingers crossed, this can recover. I believe it will do as well. But yeah, that's also why I'm not. I mean, the fact of the matter is that a lot of people who have bought short term, they're the ones that are selling right now. People who hold long term still believe in it. Again, it's a testament to those who do research. You know, I bought into XRP early, and when it's still 50 cents, and I held on to that the whole time because I saw the research behind it and the partnership they had, and I got rewarded for that. It pumped at its peak at $3.40. That's huge. So, I mean, yeah. Once more, research is so important, and at times like now, research is of the utmost importance. When right now the prices are down, and the market's in massive uncertainty and stuff like that, either you can cry about it, or you can get to work. And by get to work, I mean research, look into more other things, whether it be more about understanding what you're holding or other projects to maybe put your capital into if you choose to. In our community, we do the both. We look at Kaspa more and more, understand what they're building and why we still believe in this project. And also in the executive more so as well, we look at other projects as well that still have very, very strong standings, particularly AI agents, that I think will do very, very well. So we'll have to just wait and see. Are you worried about Shy needing funding? Nah, I'm not at all worried about it. I'm sure things will, come up for the best in the future. Daily chart of Kaspa looks like a crown. You know what it does actually? It does look kind of like a crown. I agree. It's the king. Got it here first. Kaspa's king. Here, that's what the chart says right here. Kaspa's king. Is it really over? Every coin 50%? Nah. This is common, man. Jesus. This is very, very common. Alts just having a massive. This is what's known as a bear trap. Everyone's now thinking, oh, this is the market top. We peaked already here. Going to come down. Might have to come down a little bit further. We'll have to wait and see. And then so far, alts are bleeding. Bitcoin's down 13% from all-time high. If Bitcoin came down further than, if Bitcoin came down to 50k, maybe I'll be worried. Maybe. But think about it. Like, at the same time, look at the last cycle, for example. When we saw a double top, Bitcoin reached 64k, came down 54%, and then made an all-time high again. So I still think we still got more to come this year. I don't think it's over yet. It's only not over. This year's only just begun. It hinges on rate cuts. Rate cuts will be a factor. There's more factors to it, definitely. There's a lot of macro and also macro factors, and also project development that can also affect the price. But you're seeing again the sentiment's still very bullish right now. So there's a lot of factors to take into account, stuff that we do cover in these streams daily, equally in more detail to the executives here. Again, go check that out. Link in the description, channel's my homepage. And it proves to me, and to all of us hopefully, from what we look into, that this market, while struggling and people are worried and FUDs at all-time highs, it's not over. There's 10% of the population in crypto right now. Institutions, which are being disclosed to these members here, institutions are actively researching and incorporating blockchain technology into their financial systems to utilize it for the new payment infrastructure. That is what Kaspa's trying to build as well. A payment infrastructure. That's why I believe in Kaspa as well, because payments is massive. Of course, other projects like XRP, XLM, Algorand, those ones have been more established for a longer time. They've already got themselves integrated. Kaspa's new, but Kaspa, with its innovative technology, can start to push the other projects out of the way. With Warp Core and other stuff as well from the KRI. Institutional sentiment is so bullish still. They're just trying to shake you out of your bag, that's all it is. I have a question. If you're well short in Kaspa while also buying spot positions, would that prevent the price from rising or on a chart? Do you think well should a strategy? I'm not a whale myself, so I cannot, confirm nor deny that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if whales typically do. I don't know whales. I don't know whales that leverage. I thought whales typically just hold Kaspa, but I mean, maybe. It might do. Although typically, I think the price is coming down because exchanges are keeping it down. Again, look at this here by design, but look at this here. There's a massive, massive buy wall on Kaspa as opposed to other projects right now. And then equally, you'll see a massive sell wall on other sides as well.
Look at this. Like the massive buy wall here. If it comes down that far, look at all these massive buys here. They're not going to let Kaspa go down too much further, if they can. But they're going to try and send it down to those levels as well. Kaspa is now like Bitcoin at 17k. I agree. You said Kaspa launched in the last cycle, but that's not right. There was nothing bullish about 2022. No, to my understanding, Kaspa launched in the peak of the bull cycle. It launched in like end of 2021 bull cycle. That's my understanding. I mean, from the chart from CoinMarketCap, it says it launched in June 2022, but it was actually launched in the peak of the bull cycle in 2021, and just started to rally. You can check it on TradingView actually. Well, even on TradingView, it said it launched in June 2022, so maybe it didn't. I was under the impression it launched in the peak of the bull cycle, 2021. Either way, it's a 3-year-old project. It's still in its infancy. You know, he's not leaving the project either way. He's just not being paid until Dagnat's done. Yeah, Miles was right there. But I'm not worried about that remotely at all. Not surprised the community is solid. I agree as well. Looks like Kaspa will test the... maybe. Again, there's potential for that. If it comes down to this level down here, yes, but it just depends right now. Again, we are seeing from exchanges like KuCoin here, massive buy walls here around 7 cents. That's when it starts going ridiculous here at 7 cents. So will it come down? That's why when Kaspa Guru says here, everyone thinks it's going to do 4 or 5 cents. When the market makers and exchanges who are manipulating the price of Kaspa have massive buy walls at 7 cents Kaspa, will it come down as heavy as 5 cents? Could do, but that is a massive just wait and see really, because we haven't got the money. We're not the capital holders of the market. We have to follow what they're doing. And right now they've got massive buy walls everywhere below 7 cents. As soon as it hits here, it's just massive buy wall from exchanges all around here. So maybe it comes down to this zone of 5 cents down here, but everything here is just massive buy walls. So we may see it come down further. We'll have to wait and see. Again, we could see Bitcoin come down further, causing the market down. For Bitcoin right now is down almost 1%. And seemingly making a move down towards 92k again. If you lose 92k, that would be bearish. But if we cover off that, then it'd be fine. We'll have to wait and see, because right now trade war's still ongoing. Tariffs are, heating up. That could cause more downside. Kaspa's doing some good developments now, shifting focus, which could be very helpful for it. We'll see a lot more coming through now. Equal Lab, TWS Labs, audit company now, Bit Labs as well. We'll see a lot more coming, sure. My favourite channel, not going to lie, I appreciate Josh G. Thank you very much again. As always, if you guys enjoy these streams, doing these streams daily, well, almost daily, missed one day yesterday, unfortunately. But if you enjoy them, leave a like, as always, share with your friends, and subscribe for more, because we're going to be here as often as we can be, bring you the crypto and Kaspa news, and even when we start talking about other projects in this channel, which will happen in the future, because again, we're all trying to learn more about crypto. It's trying to be an educational channel to help you understand more about the sentiment of this market, and also where we see this project, the project we talk about going in the future. Whether it be rubbish memes, talk about some potential short-term upside, or whether it be real sort of foundation projects like Kaspa, who have some real strong utility going forward in the future. And if you want to know more about this, again, we've got a free community here. You can, chill, chat, and learn more about crypto and Kaspa. And if you want to be even more locked in, maximize the benefits you make from crypto, from institutional documents and real market makers and what they believe in the cycle, so the real money. Got the walk community here for you. Go check that out as well. It's a 7-day free trial. You can join for free. If you don't like it, by all means cancel. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to know more about the space and try and maximize it for more so, whether it be from trades or other stuff as well, alpha information, weekly exclusive live streams, links right here. Come check it out. But yeah, with that being said, again, I think from what we've seen, again, there seems to be a massive buy wall here around 7 cents and below that. So I think we might touch 7 cents, but going below that would be not impossible, but very, very hard. And those, time in the market is better than trying to time the market. I agree. But that being said, somehow I got through all the questions. Thank you all once more for watching today's stream. As always, if you enjoyed, leave a like, share, subscribe for more. If you want to know more about other crypto market sentiments and Kaspa, of course, check out the communities. Free one, equally the paid one, if much more in-depth insights. I'll be retweeting the stuff on my Twitter. Have a great day, good evening, and good night. I apologize again about yesterday. Hopefully, we're out of the woods now. Crypto's still got more downside, but potentially, but I'm here for it. Kaspa was launched November 2021. Yeah, okay, I suppose you could say it was the peak, but it was down from there. You can argue that it's launched. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I say. I'm pretty sure it launched at the peak of the bull cycle, but yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, good evening, good night. Take care now. Look after yourselves, stay in good health, and don't be emotional.